guys, back again with a brand new video. Today's video is going to be on how to create accountability for your team to be able to hit massive goal, massive numbers. So before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. I'm going to be dropping a lot of value, a lot of gem in this video. So I hope you guys love it. And with that said, let's get to it. First thing, guys, in order for you to create accountability, you need to focus on the mission, the goal for that month, right? The way that I break things down with my team in order to create accountability, we have monthly goals, right? And on the month that I set up those goals, I have typically like an incentive running, right? Like an innovative campaign that I create. For example, during March, we have something called March Madness, and I create a big goal that I want everybody to hit. It's not something that's really out of reach, but it's really put them outside of their comfort zone, right? Based on how I train them, you have to be strategic on how you set up those goals. It is attainable, but it beats the previous best, right? So let's say in your whole business, the most your team ever made in a month, right? Let's say it's 10,000. I may set up a goal of like let's say 15,000 for a March Madness. If they hit that, then I give them something that they never gotten from me in terms of a price, right? So that's how I would give it. Let's say if your team never done 100,000, or let's say never done 500,000, I would set 500,000. I would set 500,000 and add another 100,000 on top of that. And that's how we set it, right? You add a little bit beyond what they have done as their best. And if they do it, boom, you give them a price and then you set up the price. So the goal here is that you want to tell them that the March Madness, maybe if your previous best was 500,000, the March Madness is 700,000, right? Guys, let's go crazy. Let's focus on hitting 700,000. Today's incentive is going to be March Madness, and that's going to be the name of the game. So now everybody's focusing on March Madness. You are branding the mission, right, that they are going after for that month. That's the first step. One of the things that I have found out that is very effective is creating teams, right? Creating leaders in each teams, right? And having both teams go at each other, right? And setting up a prize for the one that has the best production by the end of the month. So that's one of the ways to create competition and also boost accountability and create accountability, because they're not going to be accountable to themselves and you, but they're also going to be accountable to themselves, to you, and also the team that they are part of. Because everybody in that team needs to do their best in order to beat the other team, right? As long as your team, you're building that culture that everybody has to have a mindset of a team member, a team player mindset, that's what's gonna bring up the accountability numbers from your team. Guys, next, setting up goals is crucial as well, because you cannot just obviously have a mission. You need to talk to your team individually. You need to talk to both teams that you will create, right? And identify how you can motivate them to really give their best. So every single day, I will make sure that there's a report to give a current standing of the current competition, right? So it lets everybody know what is the number. Everybody can see everybody else's number. So transparency would be the third key thing here in order to elevate accountability, because as long as everybody's accountable to everybody, right? Everybody can see everybody's number during the competition. It makes it so that no one is slacking. Because if everybody hides the number from everyone and they're not performing well, they can kind of get away with it, right? But once you know your numbers are displayed every single day, guess what? You're going to make sure you look good in front of other people, especially if they're making you feel really uncomfortable. Let's say if someone has 20 sales and you only have one sale, and your number is there every single day on the board, you're gonna get uncomfortable at some point. If you have some in you, you're gonna get uncomfortable. So it's a culture that you cultivate within your company, within your environment, that create competition, that elevate the accountability. Those things does not just happen by magic, right? You have to continuously cultivate it. One of the things that I do, I have a group chat that all my team members are within. Typically when we report and I have them report, they report obviously the status of the March, let's say for example, the March Madness, and they say however many number that they have hit for the day, right? They update that every single night. And I'm able to see the number and then everybody else see everybody else's number. Let's say you have one salesman, let's say salesman A, right? And then you have a salesman B on the other team, and salesman A is crushing it, right? And salesman B is like kind of performing okay. And I can create competition every day and say, hey, what's happening with B? A is doing better number right now. I know someone else can take over the number one spot, right? Who's that gonna be? And then you engage with everybody every single day, right? By creating that camaraderie, by creating that friendly competition, and just talking and creating challenge and creating friendly competition, because it gets really crazy when you push it to the limit. So that's one of the ways to really increase, right, and really bump up the accountability in your team by first focusing on the mission, creating team, right, team versus contest will be an amazing way to like elevate accountability. Once you have that, you need to focus on a goal and make sure that it's outside of the comfort zone, something that they have not done before, and try to do this every single month. Next, you need to have a group chat where everybody's communicating, and as they're communicating, everybody can see everybody's number, right? So there's transparency in regards to what they are doing versus what other people are also doing. So it helps them see where they stand, and it makes them feel uncomfortable and want to be number one. I can tell you right now, once I made everybody's number available to everybody, I literally saw my production double in a matter of like a month or two. So that's very, very important. Transparency, and then having a group chat where you can create that culture, that camaraderie, minimize the communication from everybody, make sure that there's only like a few things that can be said in a group, or a few times during the day when things can be said, because you don't want it to be a chit chat group. You want it to be a group focusing on work, things that are posted there mainly by you or maybe the leaders, and maybe a few things from other people when you allow them. And obviously, lastly, making sure that you track whoever is winning and then recognize them as time goes by. So there's value in that, right? And value in being the top producer. There's value in performing exceptionally well. So that's how you elevate the competition within your environment. Hope you guys got a lot of value from this. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below. And also, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel before you guys leave. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.